What's up, y'all? Welcome back to ZachReacts. It is Death Battle Day, and today we have Mob versus Tatsumaki. And once again, I don't really know much about either of them. I wasn't a huge fan of One Punch Man. Never really tried Mob Psycho. I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat from a lot of people, but who do I think will win here? I don't know. Psychic powers is kind of a hard thing to measure. So, we'll see. Let's go. Wrong button. Damn.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by 23andMe. It's that time of the year again. Everybody likes a personalized gift, and what's more personal than your DNA?
Whiz, don't make it weird. 23andMe is an easy and awesome way to learn about your ancestry and health.
With over 150 genetic reports and 1,500 geographic regions, it's the most comprehensive ancestry breakdown you can find.
I tried it myself. I learned my families from all over the place, but only from the redneck parts.
Get it for 50% off all November long. It's only $99. Order your Health Plus Ancestry Kit.
Sorry, something popped in my head. I'm not gonna say that out loud.
That's the number 23andme.com.
But can't wait. Also, hey, I have a cane. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm getting better at walking again. So.
There are plenty of talented people in the world, but even then, only a select few have the honor of being called prodigy.
But being a prodigy can get to one's head. Or one's head, if you know what I'm saying. Because, you know, the guy who made both these characters is called one. So...
What?
Yeah.
Mob.
Anyway.
Psychic powerhouse from Mob Psycho.
That was
100.
very clever,
And
though.
Tatsumaki,
It was also...
the fearless, ferocious Esper from One Punch Man.
It doesn't go over a lot of people's heads.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. As a citizen of Seasoning City, you would probably be familiar with the local criminal group Claw.
Maybe even the famous sex symbol and so-called greatest sidekick of the century, Reagan.
But you probably wouldn't think twice about this plain-looking boy with a bowl cut, Shigeo Kageyama.
Long story short, he's a pretty unremarkable student of Salt Middle School. He's the kid you picked last for
He was only in middle school?
He's just sort of there, taking up space and stealing your air.
The kanji in his name can even be misread as mob, which means bland and boring.
Naturally, everybody calls him that.
So you might be surprised
A name like
to learn
mob
that he
means bland and
accidentally
boring?
took over a local gang, unintentionally founded his own cult, and is an incredibly powerful psychic warrior.
Don't get it mixed up. This isn't your typical superhero secret identity shenanigans. Bob doesn't really give a shit about any of these things. He's just out there trying to fit in by joining the Body Improvement Club, which he sucks.
Okay, maybe he should try the One Punch Man
Oh,
challenge.
come on, man. Running's not that hard.
Then again,
And I've got a shotgun for a leg.
Yeah, so he probably wouldn't be able to do the
Still,
1K.
his life is in
Or was it
danger.
10K? Either way, he wouldn't be able to do the
Mob's psychic
run.
ability manifests as something truly phenomenal.
He's mega powerful. He might not be able to run a mile without fainting, but he totally can if he boosts his body psychically. He can fly through the air, fling objects all over the place, throw psychic energy attacks, lift giant buildings, cause any spinning earthquakes, whip up huge twisters, and more.
He's not just an offensive powerhouse, he can mold his psychic energy around his body as a shield. While this isn't an uncommon technique in Mob's world, it's incredibly useful for him in particular, as he's one of the few psychics who can actually attack and defend simultaneously.
Like when he was fighting a bunch of evil spirits all at once. Oh, talk about weird looking. Wiz, you sure he's not just like tripping balls or something?
No, but you're kind of on the right track. These psychic powers are directly linked to emotions. The more sad, angry, rejected, and so on that you feel, the more powerful your psychic abilities become.
He's an empath. Cool.
Punch me.
What?
Punch me!
Wait, what?
I need to get really angry so I can do psychic stuff. Really? My grand can hit harder than you. Wow. You think it'll work if I'm just so embarrassed?
Use the other
to have
arm.
a friend like you?
Regardless, the fact that Mob's psychic powers are
Okay, I
powerful
regret
emotions
saying that
is
now.
a conundrum in and of itself. See, when Mob was a child, an attempt to use his powers wound up injuring his younger brother. This tragedy would scar Mob forever, terrifying him of his own ability. As a result, he suppressed his emotions for years.
But just like a needy ex, they'd still boil up in bad situations. Us readers got to see them rise with a handy percentage counter. When it hits 100%, Mob goes all out like a Super Saiyan. He can even absorb psychic energy.
100% rage, animosity, gratitude.
Far from it. Suppressing his powers had an unprecedented effect on his psyche. His power became an entity of its own within Mob's mind, representative of his repressed self.
And when things get real bad, it takes over his body in a blind rage, or blind sadness, whatever he's feeling at the time.
In this unmeasurable state, Mob's true prowess is revealed, and it's extraordinary. His sheer psychic aptitude increases at an alarming rate, including his absorption ability.
My powers are being sucked in by Kageyama. All of the energy in the atmosphere. Are you telling me his vessel is able to handle this much?
And while he is often unconscious while his inner self takes over, his questionable state will continue trying to achieve whatever his most recent objective may be. Whether that's taking on the criminal organization Claw, or confessing how he feels to his crush.
Alright, I get it. The guy's super strong, so let's figure out just how much psychic power he's got bottled up. Check this out. While smashing this ugly joke through a building, he went from 0 to kick-ass so fast, he caught fire.
Taking this feat literally, to get this result, he would have to be reaching an ablation speed over 5 times the speed of sound.
Fast, but not as fast as a bolt of lightning, which he was quick enough to catch with his shield.
That's not all. In his duel with Claw's boss, Toichiro, Mob took this huge crushing hit, scaling a massive handprint crater to a nearby building, that one, and applying the resulting fragmentation of rock, we found Mob survived an attack worth over 80 tons of TNT.
Nah, that's small time for Shiggy. In the same fight, he psycho-lifted hundreds of buildings into the air. Look at that thing! Suddenly, I have an unshakable urge to go play Katamari Damacy. Somehow, these things will make some stars.
Ahem. Not only is that millions of tons of stone and concrete, but simply creating this orb pushed away the clouds.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Guys, that's not impressive. Clouds are just fluffy balls of cotton candy.
No, they're not.
I thought so too, but turns out that's not true at all. Unfortunately, to move clouds in real life, you need a frickin' hydrogen bomb.
So it's quite impressive with another occasion, Mob gathered all these clouds himself. By measuring the area and multiplying by average cloud density, this feat comes out to around 30 gigatons of TNT.
20 times the combined destructive capabilities of all the nuclear warheads in the world.
Granted, Mob isn't all
well,
powerful.
shit.
For example, once while absorbing an explosive attack, he reached a definitive limit, though he compensated by redirecting all that psychic energy into some broccoli seeds, with interesting results.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard to hide that one under the table.
In time, Mob eventually reconnected with
Well,
his
that sucks.
self.
Let me turn this, I just realized I'm probably out of frame.
So look out, he may look like a total dork, but this is one middle schooler you don't want to try stealing lunch money from.
Can you feel it? Rage burning in me.
In a world filled with monsters and villains which threaten the survival of humanity on a daily basis, it's a stroke of luck that mankind has its fair share of saviors in the form of superheroes.
And some of these heroes are so powerful they can crush all the baddies without even laying a finger on them.
These are espers, superhumans who possess powerful psychic abilities.
And one of them is a girl named Tatsumaki. Is that real? Why did she have cinnamon rolls stuck on her face?
Well, let's just say one is more well known for his excellent storytelling than, say, his art. Regardless, Tatsumaki's psychic abilities were
being a mangaka must be
even at a
hard.
young age. So much so, she was taken from her family to be detained and studied at a
be able to
research
write
facility.
and be able to draw
She was
and
7 years old.
So, not the best childhood,
I mean,
obviously.
if anything,
However,
this
she got out
shows that
into a
anyone can
surprise
do it.
rescue by the hero called Blast. Ooh, Blast thing?
yeah, that still sounds really messed up. I'm
Anyway,
sorry.
Blast's rescue changed Tatsumaki's life forever, and he left her with one very important lesson. When the time comes, don't expect someone to save you.
That's kinda harsh.
The
He
fuck?
is supposed to be a superhero, right?
Whether it be she was inspired by his
sick
heroism
for something.
or torn by his contradiction, Tatsumaki decided to take up hero work for herself. Thus, she took up the mantle, Tornado of Terror.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Doesn't that sound more like a supervillain name? And you might mistake her for one too, cause she's kind of a brat.
Well, she is the best at what she does, and she knows it. So she often seems arrogant and rude.
Sorry, just
With
trying to
her
make sure this is
psychokinesis,
recording.
She often floats above her opponents, looking down on them literally and figuratively.
Her favorite thing to do is throw rocks at people. Big rocks, small rocks, rocks from outer space, doesn't matter. If it's vaguely rock
You just
shaped,
pulled
it's
something out of the damn
but she
out of
doesn't
space?
hurt.
Really?
She's also fine throwing other things like trains, schools, people, even a giant octopus.
Not only that, but she can alter the direction of gravity, create town-spanning barriers, twist up a human body, cause magnitude 8-level earthquakes, and spin up enormous whirlwinds. Fitting for her namesake.
And that's not even half of it. She's the most powerful Esper of them all, even better than her older sister, Fubuki.
Actually, that's her younger sister.
Wait, what? Man, anime.
Anime.
But given her past, even with her sister beside her, Tatsumaki has some serious trust
Like my
issues.
only problem with a lot of anime is like they make a lot of these, they make a lot of the female characters look way too damn young, even though they're supposed to be older. So why?
Anyway, manipulating objects and organisms is only part of her skill set. Tatsumaki's power truly shines when it comes to precision.
Oh yeah, she's so talented, she can use her crazy mind power to have full control over television!
Yeah, sure, but that's not really what I had in mind.
Change!
Change what?
Well, Tatsumaki has some level of control over a person's chi, or as it's known in traditional Chinese culture, vital life force. If she can overpower her opponent, she can use their own chi to disable or even kill them.
I did it! I'm psychic!
Against other espers, she can spiral her own energy to redirect theirs, and even suppress their powers in an instant.
Yeah, Lady Tornado can block their psychicness whenever she wants, so long as they're a weaker Esper than her, which basically means everyone. One Punch Man meet the One Thought Woman. Seriously, this chick is so powerful she pulled a meteor from outer space.
Well, while that move is pretty well known, it technically is not canon to the original source material. However, that doesn't mean it's off the table. As it turns out, her other accomplishments prove she's more than powerful enough to pull it off.
Just look at her lifting up this. What am I looking
What
at
is
here?
that?
Good question. Thankfully, one was kind enough to include these lovely labels identifying Z-City and an underground hideout. Now, Tatsumaki is psychokinetically lifting the entire hideout, which was previously stated to reach over 1,500 meters deep. As for the city, the world of One Punch Man is based on real-life locations in Tokyo. So at the very least, we could compare Z-City to a smaller district like Ginza, which consists of about 215 acres. With the size of an average building in that district in mind, and thus scaling the building to the hideout and then to Ginza, we found that Tatsumaki must be lifting over 3 billion tons of rock.
That's like lifting the entire Great Wall of China 62 times. More than powerful enough to pull a meteor from the sky.
When the alien invader Boros attacked City A with a hailstorm of giant bullets, she was fast enough to stop them in midair and turn them back on the enemy.
They barely got out the ship.
Of a human, and gauging by the amount of damage they could cause, the bullets must have been moving 1,800 times faster than sound.
She's tough enough to survive an attack that's 300 times the Earth's gravity, which probably explains why she can push through crazy G-forces while flying and fighting against the One Punch Man himself, Saitama.
By looking at the distance they flew in such a short time frame, they were likely moving more than 36 times the speed of sound.
Which is awesome,
A, B, and
but
C
she
squared?
still didn't win the fight.
It was actually a rather humbling experience for her, finally realizing that perhaps she isn't the most powerful person alive.
I mean, all Espers have limits, including Tatsumaki. Their psychic power drains them of energy, so they can't get worn out to a point where they can't do their psycho magic for a while.
Also, she generally has to focus exclusively on either offense or defense. So when she's on the attack, her guard is lowered, something a skilled enough opponent can certainly take advantage of. Also, should an Esper like Tatsumaki suffer a serious head injury, their powers become more difficult to use.
So maybe she's not quite the unstoppable goddess she thought
How
she was.
ironic.
And after
You stop a
getting that
sidekick
memo,
by
she
hitting them in the
finally
head.
loosened up a bit. She even let her sis hang out with her friends instead of throwing them into a wall or something. Oh.
Yet at the end of the day, the idea that anyone could even hope to match the Tornado of Terror's pure psychic power seems laughable.
You disgust me. Get lost.
What's with the attitude from this lost child? Alright, the command starts set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, my mental powers are telling me that some of you are hungry.
I already ate breakfast, I'm good.
Blue apron.
Now, who do I think will win this?
Choose your meals
In this.
Get the ingredients
From what I can remember from the analysis, I'm kind of leaning towards Tatsumaki because from what I see from the analysis, she definitely has. It seems like she definitely has more powerful psychic abilities, but like the one disadvantage. But the one advantage Mob has over her is like he can attack and defend at the same time. Like maybe his defenses are strong enough to hold up to it. So, this feels like it could go either way. Hey, because of those two facts.
To start making delicious, brag-worthy meals at home without the hassle. Try Blue Apron.
Like she's probably more powerful, but maybe. Eesh. And I'm not sure what those 100% will do against her, but you know, I'm gonna keep leaning towards Tatsumaki. I'm gonna say Tatsumaki, but I won't be surprised if Mob wins. So let's see if my streak holds up.
Oh, I'm lost.
What are you doing, dummy? Get out of here.
Can you help me? Do you go to the middle school here?
Middle school? Know your place.
That was unnecessary.
You shouldn't use your powers on others.
You think you're impressive? I'll crush you in 5 seconds flat.
Well, this is gonna go somewhere. Ow! Just down and through the building. And shit.
Time to teach you a lesson.
Ow, shit!
By the way, just so you know, this is your fault.
Jesus. Oh. Damn, he had full advantage for a second. She really just picked up the whole half the city, and then cut it in half, tried to crush him with it.
How easy.
Oh shit, that thing. That's fucking creepy. Yo, these hand-drawn elements are... No! Fuck!
You think you're a big shot? Try this.
Ow! Ow!
You should pay more attention.
Ow! Wait, am I right? Hey! Hey! I win!
Nobody beats me.
Hey, I win!
Whoa, that was crazy! I thought for sure Mob would win with his sucking power.
This was an incredibly close match. Honestly, if we were to run through this fight 100 more times, Mob could reasonably win 40 or so of them.
But we're not here to find out who wins 40% of the
It's
time.
like, nah, this is about who is majority.
Which gave Tatsumaki a hard time, but she still had the stuff to pull off a win.
had a notable advantage when it came to training and experience.
She's a top-ranked superhero
That
who was
is
trained
true.
from 7 years old, fighting a middle schooler who never wanted to use his powers in the first place.
That is
She was
true.
faster too, given her reaction against Boros' bullets moving over 617,000 meters per second.
Sure, Mob reacted to friggin' lightning, but believe it or not, that's still technically slower.
See, a lightning bolt technically has two different speeds to consider. First, for the slower liter of ionized air going down, and
The
second, for
strike,
faster
the initial
flash
strike,
going
and then the
up. Given
return
that Mob was
strike.
reacting to a projectile moving down
Considering
towards
no one
him,
really
this
ever gets
only
hit by a
reacts
return
to a
strike,
speed, which
because
moves
it returns.
98,000 meters per second, more than 6 times slower than Tatsumaki.
So, even though Mob had the edge of being able to attack and defend at the same time, Tatsumaki was a lot quicker than him. So she could switch between attacking and defending fast enough to counter Mob whenever she really
Difference
needed
between
to.
being fast and
Still,
being
that
quick.
alone doesn't mean Mob couldn't have eventually scored a fatal blow. All of this would mean nothing if Tatsumaki couldn't overpower Mob's absorbing shield.
His awesome power of suck.
Right, we know Mob's sucking shield had a limit given how he was forced to transfer absorbed energy into those seeds, growing a massive head of broccoli in an instant. We can actually use this broccoli to get a general idea of Mob's absorbing limits. Broccoli typically requires 143 kilojoules of energy to grow 1/10 of a kilogram's worth.
Wait, what?
Scaling this giant one to the nearby
Really?
buildings,
I did not know
found
that.
it to be 21 million times larger than the average broccoli. This means Mob must have transferred enough energy to equate to about 1.6 megatons of TNT.
Yeah, but how about the energy Tatsumaki used to stop and redirect those giant bullets? Those things are huge solid shells with no explosive component, given how Saitama here was able to crush one without triggering a big kaboom. And they could wipe out a whole city.
We're shown that the shells destroyed most of City A in one shot, and we can see how much damage they dealt with Boros' ship when Tatsumaki turned them around. With this data in mind, the height of Boros' ship, and the already calculated bolt speed, we determined the energy she displayed here must have equaled at least 470 gigatons of TNT.
Way more than Mob's big cloud feet, and more than enough to shatter his shield all at once. Tatsumaki was just too damn powerful. And it's not like Mob can absorb giant rocks thrown at him either.
Certainly, Mob's unique powers were generally passive and defensive, whereas Tatsumaki's were better suited to precision strikes and deadly blows.
That is also
Once
true.
Mob's barrier was down, she had plenty of options for wrapping things up, whether it be blocking his psychic power, controlling his chi, or simply crushing him herself.
And her powers weren't dependent on her feelings, so she was always at full strength, no
That's
matter
also
what
true.
the situation was.
Mob certainly had the skill and ability to put up an incredibly close fight, but Tatsumaki's experience, speed, and power put an end to this prodigious battle.
She just had the experience she needed.
The winner is Tatsumaki.
But hey, my streak is still going. Hey, I'm still winning. Maybe I'll lose. Maybe I'll lose eventually. I'm gloating too much. I'm gonna jinx myself anyway.
You can't have a death battle season without Deadpool, right?
No! No! Do not! No! 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 No!
I think I might know a way to get rid of Deadpool once and for all.
Wait a minute. Is that? The... Yes. Yes! Look, it's not that I hate Deadpool. I just hate when he pops up here so goddamn much. Alright? That's the only thing I don't... That's the only thing I hate. Hey, if he wants to show up and they bring in the Mask, because... Y'all ever seen some of the Mask comics? Because, look, I am one of the people that initially got introduced by the movie The Mask and then the sequel Son of the Mask, which a lot of people say isn't that good, but, you know, maybe I should go back and look at it. I don't know. It definitely isn't because of the CGI. CGI, that's just product of time. And also style, because it was basically very cartoony. But, that should be something. Oh, that's gonna be a very weird one. But as for this fight, yes, I win again. I didn't initially know if I could completely go with Tatsumaki because Mob because I've seen shit that Mob can do, but then again I probably should have thought about that. Like, she does have more experience because she is a professional superhero and he's a middle schooler, and also she's 10 years his elder, more than 10 years, which is still, look, that's gonna bother me. But anyway, and yes, he can attack and defend, but she's still quick enough to keep up with him. So that wasn't really too much of a thing. And plus, experience and training, that's the one thing a lot of people always forget, including myself at times when it comes to fights like this. Is like, experience and training make the difference. Like, two people can have like somewhat the same powers, but depending on how old and like the age range and like if they actually even try to really use them and learn how their powers work, like there's gonna be an edge to somebody. Training does make the difference, and so does experience. Yes, which honestly I'd argue is a little bit more important than strength, speed, or durability. But anyway, yeah, I win, and looks like this is happening next. Oh Jesus, that's gonna be a fucking weird one. I'm glad. Can the mask break the fourth wall? I don't remember if he can or does. But then again, we've already had two people that can break the fourth wall. So, yeah. Anyway, see you later. Goodbye.